Want to start a business, but you're afraid of making a mistake. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 8 biggest mistakes founders make and how you can avoid them. The first mistake that many founders make is thinking they need a lot of money to get started. So this actually is a big mistake because many people do not get started at all because they think they need a lot of money. Essentially, you need a working model, and you'll take that working model of your business or your service and put it into the marketplace. Then get the feedback from that product or service and then write your business plan. You could start with as little as $25, $50, maybe $100, maybe $1,000. But in some cases, you can start with the money you have in your pocket right now. The second mistake that many founders make if they get over that first hurdle is waiting too long to start. It may not even be a money issue. It could be a low self-esteem issue. It could be bad information issue. But everyone that I talk to, including myself, when you say, hey, do you wish you had started your business earlier? The answer is always yes. I know there's these mythical, majestical, when the time is right, that's when to do it. No, the time is now. And this is why. The longer you wait, the greater chance for the marketplace to change. You may have an ideal or a concept in your mind right now that would work, that will win, but because you're waiting, by the time that you get off the pot and get into the marketplace, there's other players and you can't be as competitive as you would have been in the beginning. I'll give you an example. Myself, 2009, I wrote my first book, Making Money A to Z with Self-Storage Unit Auctions, right? Well, if I had waited 1 year, just 1 year later, I wouldn't have enjoyed the success that I enjoyed by having a 14-month head start over the storage auction shows and really a 21-month head start over all the other internet marketers. I dominated the space for 2 going on 3 years. If I had waited, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Mistake number 3, focusing on the product and not the marketing. Now, this is what I mean. You got to focus on the product. But the thing is, if your marketing is on point, it makes it easier for you to sell the product. Many people are like, Glendon, I got this great idea. Glendon, I have this book in me. And or my favorite, hey, I got this book idea. If you write the book, if you put the book on your channel, let's split the profits. Who said pimping is dead? But essentially, when you're putting together something, you have to focus on the marketplace first, product second. By focusing on the marketplace first, that will make you do certain things like ask people if they want your damn ideal or not, which can be hard for some people. But that is the third and probably one of the most damning mistakes that many founders make. Many famous founders make this mistake. They'll go ahead, they'll put a lot of money behind the product, and then take it to the marketplace. And the marketplace is like, man, we don't really want that. Now, how do you avoid that? When you don't have any money, maybe you're broke Dick Danny, penniless Priscilla at the moment, you could take this time to jump into the marketplace, ask questions, survey people, and compile your data. So when you do have a better opportunity to launch, you'll be more powerful, more successful, and more profitable. The fourth biggest mistake that many founders make is not talking to real people first. You can have a huge Twitter following. You can have a huge Instagram following. You can have hundreds, if not even millions of YouTube subscribers and still be off base because you didn't say, hey, what do you really want? Recently, I talked to over 200 people because I put my phone number on this channel, and I was asking people all kind of questions. When did you find me? When did you buy products? The information was extremely valuable. It was so valuable, it made me change my business plan because I was talking to people in real time, asking real questions about what they really wanted. Makes a huge, huge difference. And many founders in the wonderful world of the internet are like, I don't want to ask anybody anything. I'm trying to automate and outsource and just collect that money. Sometimes you can, most times you can't. So go out, as I said, and biggest mistake number 3, talk to people, get surveys, get feedback, put your ideal out there, put your concept out there so you can win. It's that important. This is a big one. This is huge. This one can cripple your business before you even start. The 5th number 1 mistake, the 5th biggest mistake is not designing your business to scale. Now, what does that mean? I want you to think of a pumpkin. I know it sounds strange, but think of a pumpkin. You see a pumpkin in your head, right? Not too long ago, there was this guy. He created these molds, and he would put the growing pumpkin in the mold, and they would grow into the shape of a Frankenstein face and some other figurines. Now, the pumpkin could have grown much bigger than the mold, right? Are you with me? But the mold represents infrastructure. So a business can only grow as big as its infrastructure. By not designing your business to scale, you'll be like that pumpkin. You could have grown bigger because of the mold, which is your infrastructure. You can't get any bigger. And that's going to hold you back. That's going to frustrate you. It's going to drive you crazy because you can do more, but because of the way that you built the business, it's not going to grow anymore unless you do something radically different. And sometimes you may have to completely change business models to scale. Big, big mistake. And many founders make it, and they find themselves trapped into a business that feels like a job because they feel constrained and they can't do what they want to do with their business. Big one. Mistake number 5 is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Mistake number 6. That's right. It's a killer. The biggest mistake, number 6, that many business owners and founders make is not hiring soon enough. Big, big problem. It kind of rolls off into mistake number 5, but by itself, it's a problem. This is what happens. Many founders get the me syndrome. It's my business. No one can do it as well as I can. None of this stuff. So what they do is they put off hiring. They put off interviewing. They put off talking to people. So they're building this business that can't scale, and they're also not building interviewing skills, people skills, hiring skills. So as each month that business is in existence and they don't do these things, they become harder to do. You have people who are 10, 15, 20 years into their business and they've had 1, maybe 2 people. These folks with this same business, if they had hired earlier and if they had pushed, they could have made 10 times as much money. That's how important hiring soon enough is. Don't make that mistake. Now, how do you get past that one? Because everybody's like, hey, I don't want to pay anyone any money. Well, you got to ask yourself a question. What's more important? You or the asset? If the asset, the business, is more important, if that means you working a part-time job while the business pays the employees and you don't get any money because you own the asset, that's what you do. But as long as it's all about you, the business is not going to grow. And at some point, a competitor who is doing those things, hiring at the right time, putting systems into place, they're just going to eat your lunch. Mistake number 7. It's a killer too. Co-mingling funds. Now, what does that mean? You have not separated your business income from your personal income. Or if you have a business that is your sole source of income, you have not created an account to pay yourself. All of the money is just commingled together. You don't know if this came from a job or you're paying your bills out of the business account. It's just a mess. It's just a complete mess, which means you don't know where your money's coming from and you don't know where it's going because it's all just doing this, just like snakes in the wind. Killer. Now, why is this important? Goes back to how you design your business to scale. Let's say at some point you want to sell your business. Let's say today you are Bob, the business builder. And Bob, you know in 10 years you want to liquidate. Bob, you know in 10 years you want to liquidate. And that means an exit strategy. So with that in mind, you would start a C corporation. You would put certain financial protocols in place from day one because anyone that wants to buy your business is going to be looking at that stuff. And if you don't have that stuff in play, they're going to probably, if they want your business, they'll still buy it, but they're going to lowball the shit out of you because you don't have the proper documentation, the proper structure, the stuff in place. So they're going to play you like Boo-Boo the Fool because you didn't set it up right, Bob. Now, how do you get past this? First thing is you write out a draft, not a business plan, but a draft. It's like, you know that you are in Georgia and you want to go to California. So either you're going to go by plane, rail, or you may drive. And you're going to chart out your pathway. Doesn't mean, there might be an accident. Your plane may be delayed. Doesn't mean that stuff's not going to happen, but at least it's going to give you a plan, an outline, and not an outline is a better word, of where you're going and what you want to do, and start putting those things into the plan that you need to get to your final destination. Whether that is selling your business in 10 years or leaving it to someone in the family or just having a lifestyle business. It really depends on what you do and how you set it up. But no more commingling of the funds. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's bad. Real bad. Mistake number 8. Being the business versus working on the business. Now, you've heard this before, but let me go deeper with it. You have Don's Diamond Shop. And Don, you are doing the diamonds, you're cutting the diamonds, you're buying the diamonds, you're doing everything, right? You're burning yourself out because you are the business. Say there's a day that you can't go to the shop and you have to run personal errands. The minute that you're away from that shop, the business is closed. And if the business is closed, the potential to earn income is over. Now, let's say, Don, that you watch this video and you're like, I'm not going out like that. I'm Don, the motherfucking diamond dude. So what you're going to do is hire someone and you're going to build a team. And if something happens, you're like, hey, I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And the income continues to come in. This is huge for many business owners. This is very, very huge. Learning to let go and to build a business. Because if you don't do these things, you're going to strangle yourself, work yourself into a hole, and lose your mind. Oh, number 8 is a killer. And many people fall prey to it and just get stuck. Now, the best thing to do is to have a business overview of where you want to go and what you want to do. But for now, that's it. Those are 8 of the biggest mistakes founders make when launching their business. And in some cases, when the mistake's really bad, not launching it soon enough or thinking they need all of this money. Now, if you enjoyed the content of this video, go ahead and subscribe, like, leave a comment, and if you need more information,